Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids. I heard a lot of you are stuck in Tag Arena, so we've got an arena master, Scratch, here to help. He's here to help us out. How are you doing, man?
Yeah, doing great, man. What about you? What about you? Nice to be here.
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to seeing if we can come up with some strats like to help people out. I asked in my Discord server just a few hours ago. We got a ton of responses. So we put all the names that were submitted at time of recording. If you posted afterwards and you're not here, we're sorry. Maybe do another video another time. But you're in the wheel. We're gonna. This is Scratch's genius idea. We're gonna spin the wheel and pick someone that way. So it's totally fair. There is no bias. Uh,
Exactly. So it's no difference. Like if you just pick somebody from there, be like, okay, let's take him. The rest will be like, well, why didn't you pick me? So like
yeah.
this, we're gonna leave it to the gods of RNG, guys. Like same like in raid. We gotta get more RNG because we don't have enough in raid.
All right. That's very true. Are we ready to spin the wheel and pick our first contestant here?
Ready?
All right, let's go. I
Are
hope
you
it,
ready to rumble?
I've never used this website before. I hope it works.
Hopefully it's not rigged, huh?
Hopefully not. Oh wow, it's hopefully don't copyright strike me. Pickerwheel.com or whatever. All right, so Sune is the first one, and let's pick a second one in case we do have time for two. I'll leave the wheel up actually, if we've got time. Let's see. Someone could be disappointed if we don't have time to get around to them. Alexan.
Yep.
All right, cool. All right, let me go grab up their rosters and
Yeah.
do
Let's
it.
see what they have, what they're hiding in there.
All right, so here we are. We've got the rosters for all these players. This is Alexaman over here. Lots of epics, good few legendaries. And then more legendaries, I think, though a few are level 50 here for Sune. Alexaman didn't really say anything, but Sune said that he is in Silver 4. He's not having a hard time staying in Silver 4, but he just can't get to Gold 1. So it's like a real roadblock getting
Mm.
promoted up. So yeah, we've got some stuff happening here. Maybe should I
Oh,
get like I should like bring these into like Photoshop and we can draw on them. That's the way to do it. Let me do that.
it does have some nice champions in there, that's for sure, yeah.
Yeah. Here we go though.
Wait,
So we've got the whole roster in one beautiful Photoshop document so we can draw all over it. Scratch, you were saying initial thoughts.
the whole crew, yeah.
It's good legendary selection here for
Oh,
sure.
yeah, absolutely. Very nice champions, enough to make some solid teams in there.
Yep.
But it all depends on what sort of gear he has available. I feel like if
Mm,
he's comfortably staying in a silver 4 and he's struggling to reach gold 1, it might be an issue of the way he geared his champions
okay.
or lack of gear.
Right. Would we want to pick out some like the key champions you would choose, like a
Yeah,
Marishka, note some of the
yeah,
key
of
ones,
course.
and then we could talk about some gearing mistakes that could be happening or what to aim for maybe with those
Yeah,
champs.
so I would definitely let's start with the top line. Like you
Yeah.
have UDK, you
Yeah.
have a Kendraphone, you have Marichka, you have a Pythian that we want to use from there. Stealth is a very good option too.
Yeah.
Then Amic potentially as well, depending on what we have. Is kind of like the leftover. Mitrala, good option as well there.
Yeah.
Offer a lot of support, of course, because he's limited on the roster. Arbiter needs to be part of one of his teams, so you
Mm.
might want to make a speed team.
Yeah.
Mighty Uko, just super annoying. Nishak possibly too. I'm not sure how much
Mm.
Tone Skin and how much polymorph you're encountering in Tag Team Arena. Now I know
That's
when you
true.
are when you are going in Gold 5 in a Classic Arena, it's full of bots, right?
Yeah.
You're it's like a walk in the park, and it's like you're pushing kids around. But
Mm.
when you're talking about Tag Team Arena, it's different.
It's much harder. Yeah, yeah, it is much
Absolutely,
harder.
yeah.
I'd say
So
like probably in terms of blessings, I'd say that you're probably mostly fighting people in a similar position. So he does
yeah, I
have a
was gonna
few
say, yeah.
that have some
Mhm.
blessings, but like it's gonna be mostly 1-2 star. So like polymorph is there, but
Won't be
it's
such a
nothing
big
like
issue, yeah.
what you're fighting, like when you're going hard in arena and you've got all
Yeah.
the 6 stars everywhere. Like it's a different game, really, in that sense. Um,
Elvash is a pretty good option too.
yeah, yeah,
Then
yeah.
we have the Monkey King,
Oh,
very good option to
very
deal with
strong.
UDK or
Yeah,
other heroes. Of
Helicat's good.
course, Helicat. More to Macap, more of a defensive champion, I would say, to be
Yeah.
annoying, but pretty easy to counter. But
Hmm, hmm.
still a useful champion. Then he has Supremal Hain. I'm not the biggest fan for Supremal Hain, but she can be a good nuker considering what he has available.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
already has an Itos that I see there. which could potentially be his next snooker to the left. Yep.
Oh yeah, so
There,
level 50.
there
Yeah,
we
yeah,
go.
yeah,
Ronda, very good counter against champions that need their passives locked. Plus,
yeah.
she deals a lot of damage. I feel like a lot of people underestimate free champions, man. And
Oh yeah.
Ronda, I cannot explain it how many times I'm getting destroyed in Live Arena and Gold 3 by Rondas. And I'm talking about Marichka, Taras, Warlord, and whatever other champion you want to use. And then you have a Ronda coming in and just wipes you, and I'm like, my God, again.
Yeah.
So she's actually a very solid one. I'm pretty convinced that at this at this stage he can use Madame Series as well as a debuffer. Like I feel he could use a team like that to
Where is
get
she
that
at?
organized. I would assume he has one. I haven't seen one just there,
Oh
but
yeah, I don't see one here. Maybe he doesn't have her. It's possible. No,
maybe he doesn't.
no. Seer could even work a 5-star Seer. You could nuke with
She
that.
could. I feel
Funny
like
enough.
another option for offense only would
Hmm.
be to have a Cardinal team against speed teams that he
Oh yeah.
cannot outspeed. He has Cardinal at the bottom right corner.
Bottom right corner. Oh
So
yeah, there we go. Yeah, level 50. Nice. Yeah.
that again can be paired if he has a Madame series. If no, he might have Ryan the Conjurer from the Doom Tower, or he might be close to her. And I feel like we
Hmm.
got enough nukers in our selection, right? Like we have
Yeah, yeah.
five nukers or so, so that should do the job. Now, when you're running Cardinal, guys, is actually one of the best things that you can do, especially for tag team arena progression.
Hmm.
Chuck her on Stone Skin. Make sure you're giving her a 2-turn Stone Skin and test it out a bit. Do you need to have her at, I don't know, 180 speed? Do you need her at 200 speed? You want to make sure all the enemies are taking a turn, and you want to make sure all the rest of your allies are dying. So you don't want to have Swift Parry on your Itos. You don't want to have Stone Skin on your Ronda. You wanna let them die and then go in with the team. Block revive can be easily countered as well when we're talking about Lydias in their defense team. So you can use a Brack as the shifter if you would have him available. You can use even a rare champion, which is a Daywalker from the Night Revenant,
Mm.
a rare void champion. I was gonna say a rare void
Freaky.
epic, and basically they're gonna revive. They're racking the passive from Lydia. Then you come in with Cardinal, revive your two nukers or Madame Series and nuker, and bang wipe the enemy team. So it's actually one of the best teams that you can use to give you a very high win rate.
Interesting. Okay, so like let's put Cardinal in there then. It's like this is potentially like a really solid whole team that we could build around that. What are
Yep.
there any sorts of like champions we're looking at here being like is a Marishka, something that it's like or Python, are these like
Yeah. So
champs we want to build
I feel
around?
like now you want to make 3 teams, right? So you're
Yeah.
gonna want to have potentially double support in both. So let's just say you're
Okay.
taking Marichka and you're taking let's just say you're taking Python in a team, right?
Sure.
Marichka and Python in a team together.
Yeah, that's a strong combo.
Yeah, then you're gonna have to take basically in the next combo. Think about Mighty Uko and Elva.
Oh,
That
yeah,
will
yeah.
give you crowd control. It will give you revive. It will give you cleanse. So that will be pretty beneficial
He,
too.
he actually has 2 Elvas, I did see.
I've seen, yeah, which
he's
is good
he's
in
rolling an
case if you
Elva.
need it. Yeah.
He doesn't need
Then
a
of course
revival path. He's got it.
the next one you're relying on speed. You gotta make use of it because you're
Hmm.
more limited. And even though you might have more champions that could work on go second teams, even for defense, the problem is gonna be the gear on your account. You're
Hmm.
just not that advanced to have whatever funky teams you want to make all the time. So I
Yeah,
would
yeah.
say I would say with Arbiter, probably we're looking at trying to bring in another champion that will boost the turn meter.
Yeah.
Potentially, we
Not a
could make
ton.
use
Oh,
of
well,
that Seeker. Oela is a decent option too.
yeah.
Now, I would assume Seeker is being used in his clan boss team, so
Probably, yeah. Might be
that
locked.
would,
He has a
yeah,
deacon. Um,
Deacon could be an option. Somebody that might bring us increased speed too as well could be a pretty good option for this. And I'm not sure if he has like a high cartoon leveled up. If he doesn't, I wouldn't go and level up one just for this because we can
hmm.
always use Deacon instead. If he's leveled up and not used for clan boss. But you want to make sure you have enough turn meter manipulation in that team. And I'm not sure if by any chance he has a basher or if by any chance he has a Alika just to lock the enemy So basically just
Mm.
booster meter, lock the enemy, nuke them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Interesting.
Mm,
No, he doesn't show any here, but definitely possible. Like they are, like as you said, in terms of epics. Yeah,
yeah.
really, really
He
strong
might have them in
options.
the vault, because he doesn't have all the champions out now.
Yeah, like I do think Alika. I know that we've talked about Alika before because of
She's
the
so
faction games.
nasty,
She's
yeah.
so strong. I think she's so underrated. But yeah, this move's insane. Could easily be a champion that people are like, oh yeah, Alika, who's that? Throw her away,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
don't even know
exactly.
she's
And
there.
she deals so much damage, man. Like she's probably the hardest hitting epic in the game. Like when we're talking about that uh 2-turn cooldown skill that ignores 50% stone skin, like a 6.5 multiplier or some
Yeah,
crazy thing like that. She's
yeah.
just gonna obliterate whatever champion you put in her face, basically.
True. Okay, so we've got these sort of bases. We've got like the supports, speed teams, a couple of go second. Let's throw in some
Yep,
other champions then into these teams, and then we can talk about how to gear them, because obviously tankier and stone skin versus these are not going to be tankier and stone skin. But
not at all.
let's throw some other champs in here then, just to start playing with what we've got.
So I would put more to Makap, for example, in the team with Marichka and Pythian. I feel
Oh
like
yeah,
not getting Veil can be pretty annoying on that team.
yeah.
I would put Candraphone with Uko and with Elva
Mm-hmm.
to synergize pretty well.
Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Hang on. All right, here we go.
So that will
This
give
one
him
here.
a win condition. And then
Mm-hmm.
for the other one, you can really use Itos if you like. It's a good
Yep.
option. Void, so you won't have to worry that much about it. He benefits a lot from that increased attack.
Mm,
I feel like Supreme Alhain is better used in offense because you can prioritize what enemies you're attacking, with
yeah,
the skill that ignores all the ally protections and the rest of the things. So I feel like it's more beneficial in offense rather than defense.
yeah.
Like
On
this
on
Itos, you put him in, he's gonna nuke and pray for the best. And make sure you prioritize the A2 in case if they're attacking you with the Rotos, because like that you're gonna wipe him off directly. So
Yeah, I've actually run into that problem with Supreme Malhane, even just like whatever, running through some quick battles in arena, and she just autos into that A3 and she just fires it straight into like an ultimate death knight, and then you're like, oh, okay, and then they get to nuke you, and then you're in trouble. Let me throw in a quick little text
so what
box. Alika.
what I'm thinking right now is with the
Oh wow, it's a white text box here. It's invisible. Oh god, I've actually lost it. Right. Let's delete that and try again. Change the thing to sorry, you continue on while I'm typing this in.
I was just thinking, like, should we put what's her name, Wither the Crowned in the top team or the second team? Like, just think that the top team can be pretty annoying. They're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
have
yeah.
a lot of healing, a lot of support in that team, and it's gonna be annoying to kill the team. And Mortu Macab will have the opportunity to actually smack around quite a bit.
Yeah.
So that might mean that we're not gonna use Mitrala
Like if I
in
look
that
at that
team.
team right there and I'm imagining the typical
It's,
player
it's
in
pretty
Silver
strong,
4.
huh?
Yeah, like that's not a team you want to attack, is it? That's the team you're like, oh god, I'm gonna be potentially just stuck forever, not able to kill them. And the more
Mm.
to,
Yeah,
yeah,
because
like,
you have the buffs. You just put one of them in. You put one of
yeah,
them in a bolster set. So you have some buffs for Pythian's passive. You
yeah,
definitely want to have that more to on Stone Skin preferably.
okay.
And after up to you how you want to do the other ones. Marichka can be Stone Skin. She can be the bolster one.
Hmm.
I would put her on Stone Skin maybe just for the simple fact that you don't have a Taras to smack you if you touch her. So Stone Skin will be better to protect her.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so like bolster and stone skin sets are going to be the way to go.
Yeah,
Um,
pretty much. Yeah.
yeah, I like it. And like, yeah, you don't need that much speed. You just need to be quite tanky, like a lot of
Yeah.
defensive stats.
You
But
don't need to worry about bombs either. If you have a good bolster set on your team, bombs won't be able
yeah,
to
B-
kill those champions because they're so tanky as champions.
yeah,
And if you give them good stats, a lot of HP and some defense,
yeah.
bombs won't be an issue.
Marishka hard counters bombs anyway with
And the
that
passive,
passive.
exactly.
Like, that half of her passive, the less
Yeah,
OP half is still pretty good. So yeah, it's pretty disgusting. 3 cleansers. I like it. That's nasty. And it would work on offense as well. This team, I think, actually really well. It would be
yeah.
slower, but it would work.
Against some teams, it won't work against a lot of them. But if you're
Yeah.
targeting the right teams with it, it's definitely gonna do wonders in there too.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
for
yeah.
the second one,
Mm.
because we're kind of like trying to have some speed in there as well involved. We could
Yeah.
always put in a cheeky Wukong
Oh
fast.
yeah.
with accuracy rather than damage. So
Okay.
just ship somebody. He could potentially ship their nuker. So
Mm-hmm.
that would put them in a bad spot. Will give Candraphone a chance to go in and do some work. But for that, you need to have some Wukong pretty fast though. So I would build him on triple perception sets. Aim 300 plus speed
Okay.
if possible and as much accuracy as possible.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
not only that you're gonna have that, make sure you prioritize the A2 when you're opening on the defense. But
Mm.
once he's gonna do that and he's gonna rotate back to the A3, he's gonna remove all the buffs. So if they have Stone Skin, he's gonna steal that Stone Skin too and put it on himself, which is
Mm-hmm.
massive. Plus,
Yeah.
it's annoying to constantly come back to life without needing to waste the revives on him.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, because you've got quite a strong speed aura there
Mm.
with
Yeah,
Uko.
Wukong is even better, 28%.
Oh, sorry. Of course. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. You're right. Yeah,
Mm.
that's pretty nice. All right. Yeah, and then you probably like you like stun set on Uko. That's fairly typical.
Yeah, fairly typical. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would probably do Elva on Stone Skin
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
I still have some leftovers. If not, I'll have to make it work on a different way.
Yeah. Tricky. Yeah. It sort of
Mm.
depends on where you are in your account. Like if you've got some
Yeah, exactly.
reaction pieces, yeah, you can
Ah,
build
yes,
reaction.
100%.
Otherwise, Stone Skin is a real good idea. Because yeah, if your revivers just get deleted before you take a turn, it's not much good. All right.
Yeah, UDK could be a good option as well instead of that Wukong there as an
Okay.
idea.
Yeah, let's
So
grab him.
depending on what
Uh,
what he can do.
yeah, yeah, that gives you a bit more protection. If you're not confident about being able to
Mm.
build fast, be good to move all of these over a bit.
And the main thing that we need for the last one is just to have some control that's going fast before the nuker to try to keep the enemies under control in a way or another. I was looking; he doesn't have a how you call it a Gurgo, for example, or something like that could be interesting.
Yeah, I just realized I didn't name any of these layers, so I've got no idea which anything is now. Whoops, mistakes were made. Oh well.
Or
Let's
you can
keep
just
going.
take a screenshot after. You can put them on the side like that. Yeah.
Yeah, true. But yeah, okay, I like that. I like that.
He does have a Yakal though, which
It does.
thing is he doesn't remove the buffs. He just puts the freeze in, which is still good if he
Yeah,
doesn't have a Basher or an Alika. But I would personally try to go in with a Basher or Alika. Basher is better because he's Void Affinity.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
Mm.
like putting your Carl as like a backup, sort of.
Yeah, Carl will be the backup in there
Maybe a
in my
question
opinion.
mark.
But he won't be even built like for crazy damage, just fast to land the freeze.
Yeah,
So
grab
probably he
control.
will need to be like over 250 speed so he doesn't get the cut after all the thermeter. Luckily he has Seeker as well that gives 30% thermeter boost, which is massive.
Yeah, that's huge. So it'd be like just like fast ARB,
Mm.
uh, fast seeker as well.
Yeah.
You can. There's an arena calculator on Deadwood Jedi site you can use if you're a member over there if you want to see, and then just nuke or ethos, I suppose.
Yeah. Pretty
Okay,
much. Yeah.
cool. Would we make any changes to these teams for defense, or are they looking the same teams would work really well on defense? Do you
I would use this for defense actually. That's the whole plan. So
Okay.
I feel like the main idea that he has, how he mentioned, he was struggling to stay in there. So I would assume
Yeah.
he's struggling to stay in there because his defenses are getting destroyed, or he's doing a lot of mistakes in offense. Now, I think if you're doing mistakes in offense, I can't save you. The only thing that can save you is you studying the game and learning the champions. Because if you don't know how to attack a champion, you don't know how to counter it, you don't know what that champion does, you're not going to win. You're not going to have a good success, a good win rate, and that will constantly push you back down. So
Mm.
that's the main thing that you need to know. How do I attack these champions? What can I use? Is a Torment in there? I need a cleanser or I need block debuffs. Okay, I cannot just go without it. I cannot go with my Arbiter and Seeker team because I'm gonna lose. So you need to know all these things. And that's something that I can teach you if you watch videos. But other than that, I cannot force it into your head.
True. Yep. Yep. All right. I think this actually looks pretty good for our first person here. We've got 3 solid teams. I like it. A
Mm.
mix of the go second, the speed. Great. Cool. Offense sorted. Hopefully,
Yeah.
fingers crossed. Defense sorted. Some ideas on how to gear them up. Let's do the same thing then for the second person. Let's go. So let me grab that. Oh, he's got Artak is the #1 champ. I love it. I've been bloody stuck in the shop waiting for the 2-star Artak to show up ever since that event.
Oh
I've got
yeah,
the 3, 4, 5-star waiting. I was like, I won't take the 2. Surely that will show up. And yeah,
that's
hasn't
because
shown up yet.
I didn't thought about it when I've done my video on that. I didn't thought about to tell people to go and do that, and mainly because
Yeah.
I'm kind of like PTSD with this. I've been waiting 2 months for some of them.
Yeah,
For
right.
some of them, I've been waiting longer than that. So I didn't even thought about telling people don't take the first and second star. Go and wait in the shop 5 months. But I'm glad I haven't told them that because how you mentioned, you can wait for such a long time, and by the time you're gonna get it, it's almost like that champion might not even be viable anymore because they're gonna
Yeah,
bring
yeah.
something else.
It actually could happen. Yeah, absolutely. The new fusion comes out and you're like, "Oh, well, okay, they do that better. Never
Yeah,
mind."
buy our tech. Yeah, I'm,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
See
use
ya.
you anymore.
Yeah, totally. All right, here we go though. Account number 2. Interesting mix compared to the first account. Much less legendary, so we've got
Yep.
again some really strong options, I would say. Yeah, a lot more epics are going to be required. Let's see, he's got 2 of his pans for the fusion here potentially.
Mm.
All right, Scratch. What do we think about this one? What is going on
So
here?
the first advice: level up champions. Like you
Oh yeah.
need to invest in champions, and I would suggest you skip 1 or 2 fusions. I
Mm.
don't know what's gonna be the Halloween fusion. I know it's always they're kind of like getting you into that cycle of I want to do all the
Yeah,
fusions. I
yeah.
want to do them. I want to do them. And it takes your resources away so much that you don't have time to actually develop your account to take it to the next level.
Mm.
And I'm always saying like take a break. Like it's fine if you're missing this champion. I don't think most of them are that insane game changing like Newt or other fusions, which you really want to get. Because those are really changing your account.
Yeah,
And that's the time when you gotta go in the minor and you gotta go
yeah.
and level up champions that you weren't leveling up before, and that will allow you to progress. But from
Mm.
here, you do have awesome champions. You have Cupidus, you have Sun Wukong,
Yeah.
Pashaled as options already. Uh,
Yes.
that ugly looking champion Numeko.
Yeah,
I
I've
don't
heard
know if
she's
he's
alright.
good. Hopefully, yeah. And you have 2 awesome cleansers next to each other. Then Ronda is potentially as a DPS.
Mm.
You have a Pythian.
Yeah.
You have a Resin, which could potentially be a tricky one.
Mhm,
You
mhm.
have
That's
a
good.
Big Mama.
Yeah.
You do have Arbiter. You have a Supreme Alhain as well, which was a fusion. You see, so most
Mm.
people got her.
Mhm, mhm.
Valkyrie, yes and no. I think it's gonna be harder for you to use Valkyrie, honestly, but as an
Okay.
option.
Yeah, yeah.
Then Lysandra could potentially be great with Arbiter.
Yeah,
So you don't
4-star.
have.
It's nice too.
Yeah, very nice. Now, Samson. I don't own the champion. I'm constantly pulling his soul, his awakening for whatever reason. I don't know how hard he hits. Like, is he really bringing that much benefit to a team? Like, would you pick
Oh,
Samson
mm.
over Magnar?
Magnar is here as well. Yeah, it's a tough one. I think Samson doesn't hit as hard as Magnar unless he
Mm,
kills someone. If he gets the extra hit, then I think it's similar,
yeah.
maybe a bit
Hmm.
harder. Um, yeah, I do like Samson. I think he's quite decent. I'd say at this level he's probably quite strong. But we've already got Magnar built up as well, so like yeah,
It's a bit harder, right? Like, it's
yeah.
harder what to pick. He doesn't have Samson empowered either,
Yeah,
to
I'm
say
kind of
like
looking at this going, you've got a whole lot of legendaries. I doubt you're able to book all of those, right? Whereas booking
exactly too.
Magnar is
Yeah.
more doable. So yeah, you could
Mm.
probably say, okay, Magnar's going to do most of what he's going to do. Um, but
And
yeah,
probably better because he's not conditional to kill somebody.
yeah, true, true. I've
Yeah.
got
So
a
Magnar.
6-star for this one, Kira. I don't have her. I've got a 6-star soul.
Yeah. I
Chilling.
I can't remember if I have her either. Actually, I
Yeah.
don't know. I know one day I just randomly summoned 2 tanks back to back, and I was like, I got. But I can't remember if that was my account or somebody else's account.
Nice.
Astrolon again is a decent option.
Yeah.
He does bring the nice stun. He does do fairly decent damage. You
Mm,
do have Gambo at the same level who has a very similar multiplier with him,
yeah.
and he brings the buffs, and he has the other things in his kit. So I would personally instantly go for a Gambo over Astrolon.
Yeah, he's the 5-star as well, and he's 60
5-star
already.
epic champion.
Yeah.
You have the speed aura.
Mhm.
It's just generally a bit of a better use for the team.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Got quite a
Then
few
what?
epic souls, actually. He's not doing
Yeah,
too
he
bad.
he has he has
Like his five
some nice
star plus 13.
nice champions in there.
Uh,
We do have a Vogot as well as an option if we need more support, so we can keep
mhm.
him in our eyesight in there. Basher is there present,
Oh,
even though he
oh.
has a Yumeko.
Where
He's
is the basher?
bottom left corner, literally
Oh yeah, there he is. Nice.
next to your chair there.
We move it so the viewers can see more easily. Yeah, we're probably going to
The
be dipping into these epics quite a bit more here to fill out like the teams because yeah, we've got really good legendaries, but I imagine we're going to be quick glance missing a couple of roles.
I've
Um,
seen a Deal on the left side right there, and he's a 5-star or 6-star. I
oh yeah, five
can't really
star.
tell.
Yeah.
5-star, very nice. Very nice. The hero, like he hits so damn hard, man.
mm, mm. All right. Shall we start
So
putting some teams together
yeah,
then?
yeah,
What
of
we've got
course.
here. All
And
right.
let's start with the speed team for him. I feel like that will make it a bit
Yep.
more
So
clear for us. So
Arbiter
Arbiter,
and Lysandra.
Lissandra together.
Okay, let
I
me grab
doubt
these.
it. I would recommend him to make 2 speed teams, but I'll be honest,
Mm-hmm.
seeing the level where he is with the champion development, he'll struggle to make one. He'll
Okay.
struggle to make those 2 champions fast. So I wouldn't recommend him to go and try to make a second team as a
Okay.
speed team. We're
Okay.
gonna have to go with slower teams for the rest, I think.
Mm.
And those 2 are pretty spot on. Now we need some DPS in there, and potentially, I'm not sure if he does have a Madame series or he doesn't.
Let's take a quick look.
Might
Not
not have.
seeing one.
Not that we see one, right?
No.
So we're gonna have to
No
kill
buff
2
string.
different options. Seer, I feel like you should keep her for a PvE. If no, the build is gonna be different, high
Yeah.
accuracy and stuff, so it's not gonna be as great for the rest of the content. So it will
Yeah.
almost be a bit of a waste.
What about like a Yumiko or Basher into this
Yeah,
team?
I was thinking to keep Yumeko for another team where we
Okay.
can use a speed lead and use Basher possibly in this team, yeah. And then just have a Nuke to come in and just wipe the opponent. But then again, you see, he will need to make 4 fast champions out of here, potentially 5 if Wukong comes out for a play.
True. True.
Mhm.
Okay. What do
But still,
we want to come
that's
back
kind
to
of like
it?
yeah, we're gonna come back to it. The next one we're gonna have to go in with Pythian,
Yep.
Big Mama.
Oh yeah. I like it. Okay.
I feel like again we're gonna have to do a very toxic team here. So
I
Pythian, Big
like it.
Mama,
Yeah.
potentially
Gracious.
again Wheatir, and I feel like
Oof.
Magnar or Samson will go here.
Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah, it makes sense. With your is
Mm.
up the top. Yeah, so
A
again, you've
nice,
got that double cleanse, really tanky,
yeah,
nasty.
and you want to have a bolster on that Big Mama. So
Yes.
you can actually play around with Stone Skin on the other 2 if you can, even immunity in some cases,
Mm.
and preferably a Savage Magnar. Maybe even a Guardian on one of the heroes.
Yeah,
Maybe you can do
I was gonna say like,
Guardian,
what if he doesn't have bolster? Let's say, imagine he's free to play. I've got no idea if he is or not.
just a
Didn't know
regular
bolster.
shield set then,
Shield
just
set.
regular shield set. Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Because
All right,
they might not go directly with Madame series on all of them. So
makes sense.
it's
Okay,
it's
so let's
still a better
say
option.
bolster or shield, Mama,
Yeah, Big Mama. Yeah.
Savage, Magnar. What about the other 2 champs there?
So I would definitely go Stone Skin on one to have some protection.
Yeah.
And it really depends if he's comfortable enough with his gear, if he has some Guardian. I would maybe consider him putting Guardian either on Wheatir, either on Big Mama.
Mm-hmm.
Big Mama is potentially better for that, because of her passive. And
Yeah.
then give the shield set or the bolster maybe to Wheatir, which can
Yeah.
be pretty nice. If you have a retaliation set next to that, to put it on Wheatir together with the shield to use the A1 get
Okay.
continuous heals, that's gonna be very interesting as well and very annoying. So
I like it. Yeah, solid enough tanky team. All right, I like it.
yeah.
I like it. Okay. What about team number 3? You're
So
saying
that's
maybe.
that's that's where the tricky part comes in. So we gotta look at some other sort of support champions that he might have available here. And
Yeah.
there are not that many in terms of revivers. So that's kind of
No.
like what we're trying to aim at.
Yeah. Gosh, we have to go into the epics if we wanted to revive
Yeah.
it, like a God
Yep.
Seeker that we might have built her
Godseeker is
specific
a is
way.
a good option because of her passive. Can
Yeah.
be a bit annoying, but I find it like it's gonna be so hard to use that nowadays.
Yeah. Is Chamar? Do you like Chamarsa? Or you used her, didn't you, in the faction game?
Yeah,
So that's right, just
I
because of the
used her.
faction
Yeah,
though, more so.
yeah,
Um,
I used her in my faction wars
yeah,
team or whatever we had. Faction games, sorry, not faction wars, but
yeah. In fact,
she was
yeah,
she was she was fun. She was fun. I'm not sure how well she will
yeah, probably not.
last in the actual tag team arena
Yeah,
combo in there. You know.
we do have like you could do a cardinal team, or there's a
Yeah,
Gorbra up there.
I was thinking a cardinal could potentially be an option. The
Old,
only problem is if she gets locked, you know.
yeah, there's another. You could bring in like an old Hermit York with like the Wukong Speed Aura, like a mini
Yeah.
Arbiter. That's an option too. Though,
Mm.
again, as you said,
The speed.
probably doesn't have the gear to make that work. Probably
Yes,
gets
I'm
wrecked.
thinking maybe to go Mitrala.
Yep.
The problem, I think, like this will have to be somehow more of a annoying team in a way or another. You know, maybe a
Yeah.
Mitrala, a Valkyrie built for a bit of damage. She's
Hmm.
gonna get a defense up from
From
Mitrala, and then
Thrala.
you have one Sun Wukong with a speed lead, and have Yumeko extremely fast to
Okay.
try to
Ooh,
lock them before they even take a turn. You know, because
I
they will
like
be
it.
challenged to go against your speed team with their speed team most probably. You know, seeing that you have Basher to lock them. So that
Yep.
will kind of like put them off a bit. So they'll have to be like, okay, I cannot go on two speed fronts like this. And
Who was the
looking at
last one
the
again? I forgot. I got distracted.
Yumeko,
Oh yeah, of
I, f-
course.
I feel like he's gonna underestimate this team, you know, and
Yeah, I
having
like that.
double control, you know, I feel like he's gonna underestimate it. And Valkyrie, by the way, she
Hmm.
can smack, you know. So if you give her a nice Savage set, make sure Mitrala goes before her. Plus, if they're bringing in a Sifi, if they're bringing in a champion that buffs a lot,
Yeah.
and they're faster than you, she's gonna drop the Terminator on all the team, allowing your Yumeko to cut in and lock them, you know. So the Nuker might not take the turn to use the main skill, and they will prioritize Wukong being at the lowest HP most probably, you know.
Yeah.
So even
Mm.
if they're killing Wukong, if you're not able to get him fast enough to take his turn before, the rest of the team, your Nuker, Valkyrie, and the
Yeah.
rest should still be safe to put in some work, you know.
I like it. I like it. So let me type up then a thing on this. So it'd be like Nuker Valkyrie.
Mm.
Uh
100%. I remember when I've done that first time like a few years ago, and people had no idea that she can stack.
I like it. Fast and a fast Wukong. I like it. Okay. So again, like that sort of let me call it a perception Wukong. So like fast with
Yeah, yeah.
accuracy. Right.
Yeah, you wanna polymorph somebody, you wanna strip their buffs, you know, you just wanna be
Yeah.
super annoying. And if you're stripping their buffs as well, you will allow that Valkyrie to do even more damage, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's an annoying team, all right. Like he might come in and easily kill Wukong if you outspeed them, but like he comes back anyway.
Yeah.
With Thrala, that's tough to get through. Yeah, I like it. I like it. And then eventually, like you said, Wukong will pop up eventually, strip the buffs, and Valkyrie's going to start ripping them apart. You're getting locked out
Mm.
by Yumiko. Yeah,
Yumeko,
hard
yeah.
to.
If it all
Okay.
depends how well he can build his champions, you know. So
Yeah.
if his gear will allow him to build so many champions on good stats, he will have
Mm.
no problem, you know. But it really matters if he's giving the best stuff that he has available, you know.
Yeah.
Probably, I'm gonna say it just by what I'm seeing. The best stuff that he has is on his clan boss team, you know.
Yeah. Probably.
Mm.
That's fair.
But he's not
What's?
free to play, so he's definitely not free to play. So that's the main thing as well.
Mm,
Uh, he might be spending, so that would be the moment where I would suggest you to stop buying shards. If you
mhm.
are spending, put that budget to energy, go farm some gear, come back and wait 1-2 months, farm gear, and then move over to buy shards again. You know.
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna like you'll see your progress really speed up when you
Oh
start
yeah,
getting
like
some
the
gear.
game is 50-50, bro. 50% gear, 50% heroes. You know
Yeah,
how it goes. Yeah.
100%. All right. Well, for the 50% heroes, let's pick the nuker to go in this speed team.
Yeah.
Why
So
not?
I'm
Finish it off.
kind of like in between a bit here. Like you do
Okay.
have options.
Mm,
Mashalit can be annoying.
yes.
He can be annoying. He still buffs and put fear and deal good damage.
Hmm.
Gambo can potentially just instantly wipe the enemy team, you know, so they don't have a chance to stick around for long. While with Mashalit, you're gonna have to play it around a bit longer, and it could
Yeah, yeah.
potentially create more issues to the opponent. But I feel like Gambo might not give them a chance to retaliate whatsoever, you know. So that's
Hmm.
potentially another good option. And yeah, Supreme Alhain again. Don't like to use her that much for
He does have
defense.
her
I would
5-star awaken, so that's pretty
mm,
good.
definitely use her in offense. You know, like you
Yeah.
can target teams where you know that she's gonna be super, super nasty.
Right,
Not saying
right.
that you cannot use her here as well, you know? You can definitely use her, but I feel like,
Should
the
be more
things
of a
that Gambo
offense
brings with
option.
the passive, yeah, I that's how I'm feeling about her, yeah, honestly, yeah.
Makes sense. Okay. So we would say we're going in for defense.
Yeah.
We put in Gembo. Like, which one are we going for the Michelle for the defense? What would we go for?
I would go Gambo just to wipe them, you know,
Gembo.
like,
Okay.
mm.
Simple, straightforward. Would we change? These teams both look pretty solid on defense. Would they both defense and offense? Do you think, or make any changes
Yeah,
there?
I think he can. I think he can use them. Now, probably the third team is gonna be the hardest thing for him to make in offense, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's again, if he has a cardinal, I would definitely do that. Now, I think we do have a cardinal
I
available,
think he
right?
does. Yeah, down here. Yeah, 2-star.
So
Yeah.
yeah, 100%. I would make a cardinal team as my third team because that's so easy to make, right? You build cardinal on stone skin slow. You don't need crazy stats. Then you can have your nukers as slow as you want. And
Hmm.
I would probably suggest to use nukers that you're not using in the other teams, so you can make them slower with more damage because you might not be able to bring increased attack for them or something else, you know. And
Yeah.
that will really push it. You want to have them in the order that you want them to go when we're talking about speed. So let's just say Cardinal will revive. Now they're gonna take their turn based on the speeds that they have. So think about that as well when you're putting them. Don't use Skull Crown because she's gonna get unkillable.
Oh
She's not
yeah.
gonna be good for that team.
Yeah. I was just seeing if we have a buff stripper to go into a cardinal team.
Yeah, that would be very good
No,
actually.
we
If
have Wukong. That's a
Mhm.
potential, but you might have him built in a different way. But he is a potential one to put in.
he could be really good. So you could potentially just, if you're taking the turn before they do, just use the A2 on Wukong,
Yeah.
let them kill all your team, and then revive, you know, and then use the A3 to 3 buffs, but
Mm.
only when they're all revived and ready to nuke, you know.
Yep. Yeah. 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 We could throw a Samson into that. I don't know what would we put in here from the leftover nukers.
I mean,
Uh,
I would probably look at Supreme Alhain to be part of that team or Gembo,
yeah.
one of them. So depending what he's using in the other team,
Okay. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
always bring the other one down, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. And what would be a final sort of
Even
champ?
even what's his name? The undead bro. I
Oh,
forgot his name right now.
I didn't realize
The one
this guy buff strips as well, doesn't he? Galkabar.
Galkabar, does he? I can't remember.
I think he does. I think he does have a. I mean, let's double check. I've got him. I should
I think
know, but
I think he cleanses or something. I can't remember
this
though.
move, it is a when booked,
Oh, okay,
100% chance to
removing
remove all
all buffs.
buffs.
Okay,
So he'd
that's
be
good.
good,
Yeah,
and it
he's
keeps
a
you
good
alive.
option. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
The only problem is to don't make him too tanky, you know, because he might survive.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he'd be an option. Let's have him lurking behind Sun Wukong as an option as well.
And Blood Gorge is a pretty solid option too. Blocks
Ooh,
revive with the A3,
where
and he
is he? Here he
increases
is.
cooldowns. But
Yes,
then again,
yes.
he needs to build him too many legendaries to build already, you know.
Yeah, yeah. We'll put it in as an option for sure.
Mm.
Why not? Let's see if is there an epic alternative to throw in here at the end if he doesn't want to build him up or can't afford to.
Yeah, we do have the Dark Elhain.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, there she is. Yeah, she's pretty
Mm.
good. Nice, nice. Or do we want to bring in the Dirandil? That's 5-star.
Ah, yeah, Durandil actually. Yeah, we forgot about Durandil. He's the man. You want him in that team. You want him in that team. Yeah.
I like it. There we go. Cool. That's kind of
Yeah.
disgusting, actually. Like, man, 2 5-star nukers? I don't have 2 5-star nukers, man. What
It's
is
nasty.
this?
That's what I'm saying. He's definitely not free to play if he has so many. If
That's
he has so
yeah.
many awakenings. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. All right, cool. Well, listen, that's pretty sick. Hopefully this is really helpful to you guys. Let us know if you enjoyed. Yeah, I forgot. I think this was Sune, and then was it? I've forgotten the name of the other guy. Sune was a 4-letter name. I could easily remember. We've got again 2 defensive teams, quite nasty defensive teams, I think, and then speed
Mm.
team, and then over here again we've got like the 1 speed team, and then yeah, so very
That's a
similar
fat team as
defensive
well.
team.
Yeah, very. That should be a tanky one as well.
Yeah,
Nice
and then
one.
this is like that sort of weird mix. I love that. That's very creative. It's not a traditional speed team. It's not a traditional tanky team, but it's got a couple of elements of both to make it work. And yeah, then breaking down a cardinal strategy. I like it. All right, Scratch. Thank you so much for lending us your expertise here for this video.
Always a pleasure.
All right, we're going to be jumping over to Scratch's channel to do a collab over there as well. You find all the links down below, so make sure you want to you jump over and check it out. Anything you want to say, Scratch, before we jump over to that?
Oh, not at all, man. I'm just looking forward to go holiday. You know, I'm gonna be away. I'm like a machine now. This week has been like record, 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 record. So I'm just looking forward to finally disconnect because I didn't have a holiday this year. So
Nice.
I can't wait.
Is it like a sunny holiday or is it like a
Nah, I'm actually
culture?
going back. I'm going back home. You know, so it's not
Oh,
gonna be
cool.
sunny. It's probably gonna be cold, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my phone and just chuck it in the water. You know, and forget
Yeah.
about it.
Good strategy. Good strategy. I
Mm.
like it. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you over in Scratch's channel. Goodbye.